Today I'm going to be showing you how to fix the lighting of an image. I took this image of a client and my flash didn't go off. I absolutely love how the water hit the rock, so I am going to edit in Photoshop and show you how I fix the lighting of this image. The very first thing I'm going to do is duplicate the layer just in case I need to mask anything off later. And J to duplicate the layer. Then you're going to go up top. You're going to click on filter and camera raw. Okay, this is going to give you full access to fixing everything that you don't like. The very first thing I'm going to do is increase my shadows. As you can see, that's already bringing up the lighting of this image. I'm going to set it to right around 92 and I am going to zoom in. Once you start playing with the shadows, I'm going to increase the whites just a little bit. See how that looks. And the blacks. So the whites are going to be 47. And I'm going to increase the blacks to 42. So that's already getting grainy. The way that I fix that is I reduce my texture and it gives it like a soft look. I bring it down to 71, and then I'm also going to increase my exposure and play around with the highlights. You have to be careful with the highlights because the background of this image is already exposed. By increasing the highlights, you're gonna wash the background off. So I'm gonna reduce it just a little bit, and I'm gonna increase the vibrance to 25, go back up to the exposures. There is no right or wrong, but you just play around in the camera raw to your liking, and that's how I normally adjust lighting. Everyone has a different editing style, so I'm going to click OK and let that run, and you can already see how much better. So that's the before. And here's the after. Before and after. Now I'm going to flatten my image. I'm going to go to the very top. Click on layer, flatten image. The next thing I want to do is get rid of her husband who was helping me fly the dress. You're going to go to your selection tool on the left hand side. Make sure it's on the plus. Make a selection of her husband, or the subject in your case. You're gonna hit let's go back a minute, undo fill. You go edit, undo, and you're gonna hit the delete button and it prompts this menu. Make sure it's content aware and click OK and let that run. And that is gonna get rid of that. But as you can see, there's still like a weird outline. So the way I fix that is I'm going to hit Command J. I don't know why I keep doing that. Command J and duplicate the layer. And I am going to go on the left hand side and look for my clone stamp tool. Okay. Clone stamp tool. And then I'm going to sample from the sides and start filling that in. Sample. The clone stamp tool basically samples from wherever you click it, and you just start painting, filling that in. I mean, it did the content aware. When you run content aware, it does pretty awesome job at getting rid of a lot of the things. You just have to come back and touch it up. So again, I'm just trying to get rid of that weird outline. And as you can see, there's some discoloration because he was wearing white. I'm going to show you a little something else that I also do just to get rid of that. Make it a little, even out the color as well there. So just keep on, like I say, keep on digitally painting. Fill. I'm gonna speed this up just a little bit, but so you guys get the idea. You're using the clone stamp tool to pretty much fill everything up as best as possible. When we ran content aware, it made like a weird shape on her dress. So I'm also gonna use the clone stamp tool and sample from that area. I'm gonna try to fix that as well. And that's his head, so we're gonna get rid of that. You're sampling from as close as possible to that area with the clone stamp tool, and you're gonna clean up as much as possible. Okay, I'm gonna try to clean that up with my spot healing brush on the left hand side. And then you're also gonna use, I'm gonna flatten the layer really quick. You're also gonna use, under the spot healing brush, your patch tool, and you're gonna make a selection of this discolorated area and just click and drag. And that's gonna get rid of that discoloration left over from the man that was standing there all dressed in white. I'm gonna repeat that same step a couple more times. So patch tool, make a selection, click and drag, and it's gonna sample from that area next to it. There you go. Okay, click and drag one more time. Make a selection and sample from the area closest to it. I think that looks just about good. The next thing I want to fix is her dress. It's too straight for me. I'm gonna duplicate the layer, hit Command J. You're gonna go up top to filter and you're gonna click on liquify. And I'm gonna increase the size of my brush with the right bracket and play around with this just a little bit. In this area too, just looks a little bit more flowy versus it. Okay, I think for me that's pretty good. I'm gonna click create a masking layer and select my brush, set it to black, and I'm gonna clean up whatever I distorted, because when you use the liquefying tool, it does distort the areas around it. So the way I clean that up is by making a layer mask and just use my black brush and bring that back. The next thing I want to do is clean this up, this little area here. So as I'm always working on a layer, duplicate the layer, and I'm going to use my clone stamp tool, and I'm going to sample the area near that I'm fixing. Whoop, went a little. Just go back up top and sample from that area and just clean that up. Okay. So that's how I fix the lighting on an image using Photoshop. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.